Much thumbs up for the Esperance side, though they lost 1-0, but what they actually performed shows the adrenaline of a semi-final game.
I said it that this game was going to be easy for Sundowns. Sundowns were amazing. Kekena, fantastic tackle.
Esperance de Tunis lost to Mamelodi Sundowns 1-0. What is your take about that game?
If you check, I said it. If you go back to the videos we made before this game, I said it that this game was going to be easy for Sundowns. But
it wasn't really easy like that.
No, it was easy for Sundowns, better than even Stade Malien. Because if you watch I said it here in the course of the analysis, pre-match analysis, that the weather is not going to be the same like Stade Malien. The pitch is going to be a very good pitch. So Sundowns were going to have a whole lot of advantage. They are going to showcase their talent. They are going to showcase their ball passing abilities in the game. So which they did in that game. So I knew quite all right before this game that Sundowns were going to come out victorious in this game. Now, if we have to analyze, first of all, Sundowns did not play with Modiba because of the red card he had against Stade Malien. Now, not playing in that game, yes, Modiba, Cardoso have to come up with Lunga. So Divine Lunga came in place of him. Then in the centre back, he decided to bench Ndamani. Maybe because Ndamani was slow in the last game against Stade Malien. Then he decided to also come up with power and pace. That is why he replaced Ndamani with Cupido. So coming to that back line, Cupido, Grand Kekena, Mudau and Lunga started. But to be honest, in the game I watched, Cupido and Divine Lunga were lacking somehow. They were playing with tension. They were losing possessions unnecessarily. They were not composed somehow. They were lacking a little bit of composure from that left side. Lunga and Cupido were not really in the game. So yeah, because the centre backs have been used to Ndamani and Kekena. So but because Ndamani was not starting, so Kekena was struggling with that balance at the defense line. Kudos to Williams. Williams was outstanding, fantastic in that game as well too. I already know that when Sundowns are going to play against away team, especially this North African, where they have good pitch, where they have good weather, everything, they always go there with a more composed pattern of play because they know how to possess the ball. And now playing without Modiba was a very big absence because in this CAF Champions League, Modiba have created more chances than any other player. He has created about over 11 chances in this CAF Champions League. Now, coming to passes, Sundowns have had over 4,000 plus passes coming to this game. To compare to Esperance of Tunis, who have had about maybe 2,000 plus passes. So if you see the comparison, that shows the level of Sundowns in terms of accurate passes, in terms of ball possessions.
No, but you can possess ball in your defense.
It does not matter.
It's still ball possession.
Yes, it's still ball possession. If you possess ball in your defense, you are still starving your opponent from getting the ball. By so doing that, at the end of the day, you are not releasing the ball. Your opponent is starving. And when they are starving, you have more advantage. From that defense line, you can create space up front. So that is exactly what Sundowns are doing. So whether you are possessing in your half or in the distance, what matters is that ball possession as well to has its own advantage. It's except when you are losing matches, that is when it does not count. But if you are winning a game, they are ball possession whether in your half, as long as the opponent are not having hold of that ball, you are in advantage. Now coming back to the game, Lyon, they started Lyon ahead of Rennes because Lyon is the main man because of his power, his speed. Fantastic. All those things came to play in this game. So if I saw the way Lyon was fighting up front, pushing, fighting and running and doing everything, one man striker there. And then any game you see Otto Sales starting, Allende starting, then you see Kekena starting, Jaden Adams starting. That means Sundowns want to have the ball to themselves. That means Sundowns they want to be very stingy with the ball. They want to play possessional football and they want to play more tactical football. They don't want the opponent to have any because they are playing against an intelligent team. So when you are playing against an intelligent team, you play more of midfielders. Especially when you are playing away, you play more of midfielders, more of players that are going to be passing the ball around that will not lose possession. You don't play more of attackers. You play more of those players that will hold on to the ball. That was exactly what Cardoso did by starting Allende with Otto Says, Mukwena, Jaden Adam. Now, coming to the right side, Mudau They started Tapelo Morena in that game to play as a right winger instead of Tastic Matthews. Why? Tastic Matthews is an attacker. Tastic Matthews can come there and lose possession. Tastic Matthews can start the game and he will get lost along the time. Yes, it's not defensive mind, but this guy now is like a right back, but then playing up front in front of Mudau. Now restricting Mudau from going forward. I have always said this before most time that Mudau is a very good player, but where Mudau and Modiba always come as at fault in my own analysis is when they overlap too much without even checking. And if you are overlapping too much, your two defensive midfielders need to be aware where you are leaving. If I am leaving this position to this position, the man here need to be aware that I'm leaving here because we are teammates. That is why it's called team football, team play. So my two midfielders, if they are very intelligent, each time I'm moving, they are not supposed to go to. If one is going, that one that is staying should be aware that if the ball is coming towards the direction, they should come and cover me this aspect. But most time, Mukwena and Adams are not always aware. So when the Mudau and Modiba leaves, they create space there. Now leaving the two centre backs to match. So that has been the problem Sundowns faces sometimes. That was what affected them against Stade Malien. So this time around, Cardoso controlled that game. I think he talked to Mudau and said, see, we are playing against these North African teams. I have coached these guys before. They are very good. So, and they have fast players. So you need to be aware of your defense line. And that was why that defense line was a bit balanced. Even though Divine Lunda was not steady in terms of his performance in that game, he was shaky, but he did not go up front too much. So they were very, very cautious of their defense. So at every given time, anytime Esperance want to attack Sundowns, they were always seeing for the back four.
We are always complete.
We are always complete. The back four. So Mudau was not exhausted, unlike before. Before Mudau would have been running and coming before they would get it. So in this game, Mudau was very, very calculated. Now coming to the midfield, Jaden Adams was fantastic. Mokwena was fantastic. Allende did not start well, but along the line, he built confidence. Allende was not physically strong. The
coach played Allende ahead of Santos.
Yes, he played not ahead of Santos. He played Allende. They were, these are midfielders. When midfielders are playing, they don't play stationary football. They roam around the field. They dash out to space. They play as if they are playing juju, as if they are playing middleman game. So because they are midfielders, so they would like to touch the ball. So that is why anytime Allende is having the ball, they are not in the ace to attack. They play back to Mukwena, to Jaden Adams, to their centre back, to Williams. Why? Because they want to calm the pressure down. Why the Esperance were waiting to counter them? Because they are playing at home. So and meanwhile, if they come back to Sundowns now, the game Sundowns are going to play at home is going to be quite different from this. So because that is the approach Sundowns went with in that away game. But then again, Sundowns did not just sit and defend. No, they started attacking even when they were possessing the ball. They were attacking because Lyon was running up front. And if they possess the ball for 1 minute, 30 seconds, the next ball they are playing, they are waiting for Lyon. They are waiting for speed. They are waiting for Lyon to create chances up front, and they were loading the ball for Lyon. So that was exactly what Sundowns did in that game. Now, coming to Allende, physically, he was not that too strong. So he was trying to hold on to the ball to dazzle like the way you usually do in the PSL. But then those guys were attacked. They were using physicality to press him. So and the referee was not sounding his whistle. So I think the coach have to talk to him that you need to be releasing this ball faster. So but as time goes on, and began to grow into the game. After the first half, passing accuracy, Esperance 129 passes for Sundowns, about 192 passes. After that first half, I knew quite well that Sundowns were going to win this game. So coming to the second half, I saw the game plan. Good pass from Jaden Adams. He located Tapelo half volley into the
16-yard ball.
Inside the 6-yard ball for Lyon. And if you watch, before the ball was played, Lyon was offside before. When that ball came to Jaden Adams, Lyon have to come onside back, knowing fully well that the ball was coming to Tapelo. Tapelo also kept himself onside when Jaden Adams floated that pass into that area. Tapelo already knew that Lyon has speed and Lyon already knows exactly what he wanted to do. He did not even wait to control the ball. He have to play that ball directly back to that 18-yard ball. That was why the defender, the two center back for Esperance, were very confused. So Sundowns were amazing. Kekena, fantastic tackle in the second half. In the first half there, world-class tackle. So I love the way they played in that game. They fight Mukwena, Jaden Adams. They were all over every place. They did amazingly well, but unfortunately, Kekena have to get that red card. In fact, he was caught napping in that play because I was expecting that he should have cleared that ball even before the guy will control that ball. Unfortunately for him, that is part of the mistake of the game.
Yes, the Tunis side, the fans came out in multitude. In multitude. You know, there's a very big role fans play
That's true.
in every game. If you check very well, when a stadium is empty, when you are home, you look and see the team practically has demoralized the home side because there's always a kind of adrenaline that comes when the fans are actually turn up, the noise and everything. And don't forget, even in the course of the match, they were rolling glazers when they were actually losing. So the stadium, Stade Olympique Amadi Agrabi, was filled to its capacity. And the Tunis side never expected what they saw. The Sundowns side knew that they were going to a North African team that has this kind of high-pressing kind of play, onslaught football, and a volatile atmosphere. So Miguel Cardoso had to change the optics of the game. You getting it? Change the dynamic of the game. Now, in their last match against Durban City, they were missing player. You know, a player like Nsebaleng, Tashik Matthews, Ndamani. They were in the game against their last match in the PSL. They were not in this game. And they were new inclusion in this game. Somebody like Lunga, Cupido, and Morena. Now that Cupido, I don't know how Cardoso basically use him. You see in some matches, you just see him on the bench for 3 matches stretch. But there are some matches you just see him start the game and finish the game. I think he knows when to actually use that player because the player in the game was so outstanding. His coverages and so many things he did. But much thumbs up for the Esperance side, though they lost 1-0, but what they actually perform shows the adrenaline of a semi-final game. But a lot of kudos as well for the Sundowns side, Miguel Cardoso. That kind of Sundowns game, the possession-based kind of football that they will take time to build a game before they look for holes, play to the striker to score. They never did it in this game because they understand the kind of team they're going to play against. So now he changed the formation, the antics of the game. So they came into the game knowing fully well that they are coming up against a side that has pace, good energy in the midfield, and can give them a run for their money. So they now improvise, came into another different kind of style. Now, don't forget, Mokoena played like a warhorse in that game. He was not playing deep. He was playing all around in the midfield. And you see how many duels he won in that encounter. It was a very, very lovely game. I love the way the Sundowns actually curtailed the excesses of though they came close about 3 occasions, thanks to the heroics of the goalkeeper, Rowan Williams. He even aborted a 8-month pregnancy just in the front of boxes. The guy headed it down, but his reflexes made him parry it over the bar. It was a wonderful one. Then Ben Said too, the goalkeeper of the Esperance side. The 2 goalkeepers, lovely goalkeepers. Yes, they tried. But much kudos to the Sundowns side because I never saw it. Though they are professionals, the coach is a professional too, but I never saw them coming to, you understand, improvise, play a different kind of game than the usual kind of ball possession-based kind of football. But they knew that they were going to a team that has what it takes to make them run. So they were prepared for those running. And I believe that's why the coach actually made those changes and bringing Cupido in, made some radical changes and play Mokoena in an unusual position. You know, that kind of position that will play deep line in the front of number 5 and 6. But this one was all roving at the center of the park. So they were actually there to curtail the SS. Though the North African side, the Tunis side, tried to penetrate. They came close severally, but they couldn't convert their chance. I remember about 34 minutes in which one of their ball hit the woodwork. You understand? But football is all about chances. They didn't convert theirs. But the clear-cut chance that Sundowns had, they converted theirs. So at the end of the day, in the 70-something minutes, there was a penalty. There was a goal that was disallowed. Yes, thanks for the professionalism and the VAR officials that came to the party in that occasion, and the goal was ruled out. So it's a nice one that Sundowns traveled to Tunis and secured a 1-goal victory. But the game is not yet over. It's a semi-final game, so they should keep up the ante, improvise as they come back, as Tunisia side come back to South Africa and see if they can hold their 1-0 or even score more goals to qualify for the final.
How about the Esperance side didn't play badly? At least they had 3 good chances that they were supposed to have buried the game from the Frenchman. Danho had like 3 clear chances. The first one was the one that Modao stole from his leg. The second one was the one that Kekena stole from his leg too, inside the 18-yard box. And the third one was the one that hit the woodwork. do you think that Esperance, going back to South Africa, they will have a point?
Yes, this is football, right? Every football comes with, with its own approach, style, and tactics, depending on the match day, right? So the coach of the sweat merchant of the Esperance side, Patrice Bumuel, is a wonderful coach as well, just like Miguel Cardoso. So it's football. He can actually go either of the place. But Esperance actually played scintillating, wonderful kind of football. I like their flair. I like them because they are very ambitious. You see, when you see an ambitious team, you will know, right? But just that football, it's either it's win, draw, or you lose. You get what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the Sundowns were the ultimate winner of the game. Lovely, but a highly high-packed, entertaining kind of football between the both teams. And in semi-final, trust me, semi-final can go anywhere. Because for you to play from the preliminaries, even in their leagues, they are the league toppers. Sundowns and Esperance, they are league toppers. And they are in the semi-finals of the CAF Champions, which is the biggest football fiesta in Africa. It shows that this team knows their onions. It shows that this team have been consistent throughout 2025-2026 season. So it is a nice one for the both sides. So going to South Africa to have a point, is it possible? Yes. Going to South Africa to win Sundowns, is it possible? Yes. So because it's football. But I want to give much kudos to Miguel Cardoso because there's a desperate times call for desperate measures. He realized that he's going to Algeria, to Tunisia, to play against a team like Esperance. And he knows that Esperance is a team he has coached before. As a matter of fact, he knows that this team has what it takes to go. They have the quality, just like his side, the Sundowns side. So he improvised. He now changed, you understand, he configured the team to play a particular, there's something I used to say that a coach formation or his philosophy is quite different from players' personal kind of techniques. There's players' techniques, there's coach tactics. So when they got into the pitch, they play to the coach instruction and they apply their own techniques as well. That's why I say the possession-based kind of football of the Sundowns side, we didn't see much of it. We see them playing to the same style of Esperance game and still, you understand, conjoining it with their kind of football. Are you getting it? They possess it, and but their kind of possession they played against the Esperance side was a pacey one. Yes, a pacey one. Their kind of one they play in the PSL.
But you said they were playing in their half alone.
No, you said the possession. I said you can still possess the ball in your half. I didn't say they were playing in the half. I said you can still possess the ball in your defensive line. In your center forward. Yeah.
So the thing is, I love the game. The game, it shows it's a real semi-final game. So if you are out to watch that game, you really went out to watch a real semi-final game. So the Sundowns side will actually play fast-paced, possession-based kind of football. And that was actually what brought the goal. From the midfield, they launched it out, one jab into the 18, and it was at the back of the net. So it's a lovely one. So coming back to South Africa the weekend, it will be a very wonderful game. We'll all sit back and watch it. But the Sundowns side should not relax. I trust Miguel Cardoso is a wonderful coach. He has shown his specs over a period of time now. I know that he's going to improvise. It shouldn't be a wonder or a different thought, if a surprise, if we see him benching 2 or 3 of these players in South Africa and bringing in another kind of player when they get to their home soil. But I expect another blockbuster encounter between these two sides when they get to South Africa. But the game can actually go anyway.
Tima, Esperance to Tunis lost 1-0. But when they played their last match with Al Ahly, they drew in their home in Tunisia, went to Al Ahly to beat them 3-2. Do you think a repeat of that?
No. Sundowns is not Al Ahly. Al Ahly is a great team. No disrespect to Al Ahly, but sometimes there are some seasons that you might be out of it. Both of them are 2 North African teams. So they went there to play. And sometimes I can say Esperance were lucky, not only because I saw the goals the way it came. It's football. Sometimes it can be fluke.
If they had converted all their chances, the game would have changed the completion of the game.
That's what I'm saying.
If they have converted it.
So that is football. Even in their league, Al Ahly sometimes they struggle in the league. So, but Sundowns is a very, very different team. You can see what they played against Esperance of Tunis. I said it here that this game against Esperance is going to be very much more easier. I am not scared of the game for Sundowns because Sundowns have quality players. Sundowns have international players as well.
So do Esperance too.
So do Esperance, yes. But the kind of football that Sundowns players play, whenever they see that good pitch, they play and they have been consistent in the past few years now. If they don't get to the final after they won it, they get to the final or semi-final. So, and this Esperance now too that we are talking about now, if they come to South Africa now too to play as well too, Sundowns is going to outplay. So I can't remember the last time. I can't remember the last time Sundowns lost a game at home, especially in CAF Champions League, even in Premier League games. I can't remember. I'm not even sure. Not that is a cup game now. So I'm talking about this CAF Champions, not in their home. I'm talking about this CAF Champions League now. So I'm not sure if Sundowns have lost a game. And so playing Esperance of Tunis when they come, yes, the Sundowns went there with their own fans. Even though yes, the stadium was not filled up like that, there were some parts of the stadium that we saw that were not filled up. But so many people that came that attended the matches. No, nothing like filled up later. I watched the match to the end. It was not filled. There is a very huge stadium, at least in the stadium of maybe 60,000, 50,000. If you see 30 or 40, you can say the stadium was filled up because of the crowd. But if you want to check, actually, it was not filled. But in Sundowns, that is where you see where stadiums will be filled up. In Sundowns, because they will come out, especially knowing fully well this semi-final, and they know that they love football in South Africa. They know that they want to come and cheer their team up to come out. Anything can happen, but that is football. But for me, in my own analysis, from the way Sundowns have played already, I know that it's going to be an easy win. In Sundowns too, Sundowns are going to beat us by maybe 2-0 or 2-1. Or so they are going to beat them because they are going to come with that same approach. Esperance are going to look for the ball. Sundowns will frustrate them. They will play the ball around.
Different approach.
They might, no matter the approach they want to come with, they are going to need the ball to do the approach. If you don't have the ball, how can you approach? Are you getting me? So in their home ground, Al Ahly went there. They could not even win. They got a draw. That was why they have the advantage to come. The only player that I see in that in that midfield, the Nigerian boy Ogbelu, that Nigerian guy is the only one who can even compete with the likes of Mukwena in that midfield. The rest are just like their age. They are like old men who love to attack. So they like to play from defense line to the up front. You understand me? So down the French guy, I didn't really see what he did much. Not too much experience, but he has the power to destabilize the defense line. Except if Diakite came in, he did not really do much too. If not for the goal that he scored at the Salah, aside from that goal, he did not really do much. So in Sundowns are going to play the ball. They are going to frustrate it. They are going to keep the ball all along with them. So by so doing that, I don't think Esperance will have much. Yes, they might see 1 or 2 chances, but Sundowns, from what I've seen, even if they convert, Sundowns too, we see their chances and convert more. So that is it.
And how about a brief one?
Okay, just yes,
Sundowns, what do you think will be the outcome of the game?
Yeah,
in Sundowns.
In Sundowns,
do you think that Sundowns miss Nuno Santos in this game?
Yes, they miss Nuno Santos, they miss Modiba as well, because these players are great players with their extra.
Modiba's one was
that's what I mean. Yes, it's red card, I know, but he still missed, all those overlapping movement and his assist when he passed the center forward is something is missed because he has missed the match. So perhaps maybe if he was there, he would have created 1 or 2 goal chances. But a quick one, the Esperance side played wonderful football, but I must give kudos to the Sundowns side because they curtailed. It was this game I knew that Sundowns as well have strength and physicality. You understand? They can match anybody's strength for strength 2-2. Because ordinarily, if you watch Sundowns side, because of their possession-based kind of football, you would think they will not be able to meet up the physicality of the Esperance side. But they proved a lot of people wrong that they can match any team 2-2. Are you get what I'm trying to say? But much kudos again to Mustafa Grabral, the referee of that game from Algeria. He's one of the flag bearers in the World Cup 2026. He showed it because if it was some referee that were under pressure, that goal that the Tunisian side scored, he would have gone to the VAR stand and see award the goal.
No, that ball was very, very clear.
No, it's not everybody. There is some referees.
No. There is no referee in this world that will give that. See, that was not a 50-50. That was a 100%. See, the elbow. Did you watch the VAR? The referee has the final say. That was a very clear.
Let's not give instances of a referee. But he went to the VAR stand and he ruled out the goal. Now he's one of the flag bearers in the World Cup, so he's trying to champion his cause. He's showing that he did extremely well. He did his composure and everything about the games. He did very well. But on a very good day, if not for the fact that the West African nation are not being endorsed the referee because of whatever it may be, corruption or whatsoever, If a South African team is playing against a North African team,
it's supposed to be a
West African nation, but a North African referee as well is here officiating the game. So they are showing their art of professionalism at the highest level. So it's a nice one for them.
Quick one.
No, nothing. The red card that was given to Kekena, some referees will have given yellow card, and if you give yellow card, it's not still bad. If you give red card, I'm not saying it's bad as well.
It's
So it's still
the same thing.
yeah.
If you had some referees will not still give
red card.
To stand.
No, that goal is not. No. That one is a clear. So that one is a clear foul on William. The elbow was clearly on William's face, like the whole the camera, everything. So if it was
a career-ending foul on Danho.
No, that was not a career-ending foul. No. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. See, that ball, Kekena's leg went like this. Yes, I'm not saying it's not a red card, but some referee can still give yellow card. That was not a stamp on the head. That was not a kick. No. That was not a no. See, the guy deceived Kekena. He deceived Kekena because Kekena was caught napping. So, but yes, it's an officiating. It's not bad like that. So, but don't tell me that the Williams foul that any other referee would have said it was a goal. No. That the referee did not want to go to World Cup.
Anyway, once again, Chima for the very first time
not for the very first time. What do you mean by for the very first time? Because Sundowns did not win now, you're angry. You say because you predicted 3-1 to beat Sundowns because you didn't believe.
Chima predicted well for the very first time. He said that Sundowns
not for the very first time. I've been predicting. Let them bring our videos out.
A goal to nil. I was close to my prediction was very close. About prediction,
which close? You predicted 3-1. You say your prediction was.
Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns. We are hoping to see the second leg, what will transpire in South Africa.